Rachel. Let's try Rachel. Hello, Rachel. Rochelle.
Hi.
Hi, sweetheart. Can you see me?
No, hold on a second.
All right.
Sorry, I gotta get better Wi-Fi.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay, sorry.
That's fine. You're fine. You're fine. Hi, Mama. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. What did you want to ask me about?
I wanted to see if there was any messages from my dad.
So first of all, he keeps making me feel like he was ready to go. Had he already been dealing with other chronic issues or other issues before his passing?
Yes.
Okay. He also keeps acknowledging that his heart couldn't take it anymore. His heart couldn't take it anymore. Do you know if his heart was also giving him issues before he passed?
He was having a lot of medical issues. Yeah.
Got it. Because he's acknowledging that his heart was also going to kink out on him. The thing about it is, thank you, he keeps making me feel like he just wants to go to sleep. He just wants to go to sleep. Was he found after his passing?
He did it in front of everybody, or he did it in front of my mom.
Okay. He's almost just acknowledging like he just wanted to go to sleep or he wanted to close his eyes. And that's the way he's making me feel. So he's acknowledging that. I'm asking him about that because that wouldn't be the way that it would come up for me. Is he junior? Your dad, was he junior?
No.
Okay. Let's back it up for a second because I want to make sure that this is dad, because normally whenever someone does something or causes their own passing, they usually will own up to it, or they'll immediately like say this was my fault, or they'll point to themselves. He didn't do that first. He started to talk about he was ready to go, and he was almost making it seem like he... Do you know, was he on anything? Was he drunk or was he not?
No, so he had been sick that prior, probably 2 or 3 weeks. This is right before COVID was popular. And he was sick and nobody would believe what was wrong with him. And they kept saying he was fine. But then one ER said he had a upper respiratory infection. And they gave him medication that we think interfered with his antidepressants.
Oh, okay, perfect. Here's the reason why. He is not blamed. It doesn't feel like someone who's out to just kill themselves. It feels like something went wrong in his brain.
He wasn't right.
He's blaming that. He's not blaming himself. You know, you hear about these stories when someone takes, like someone starts taking antidepressants that actually leads to them committing suicide, or he's blaming whatever he was ingesting or taking as the reason why this happened. Because he says it made him weird, and it almost changed his perception of things. He also kept thinking, was he also talking funny or slurred a little bit? Because he keeps also, like, I can't spell something out properly, I'm forgetting words.
He wasn't like, he wouldn't talk a lot, because when he talked, it sounded funny, like he wasn't making sense.
Got it. Because he's acknowledging like like his speech sounded funny, or the way he was talking was funny for him. He's also, I'm asking him, thank you. He's pointing to my stomach as well. Do you know there was also a direct link or direct issue in his stomach area?
I don't think he had a stomach issue.
He keeps talking about like his stomach kept cramping up, and it felt like his stomach was knotting up like this.
See, he wouldn't eat, and so that night he did eat something, and he said he felt better. But
okay, because he's doing this with his stomach, like his stomach kept knotting up, like it was just like twisting on him. So he almost felt that way as well. I'm asking him if he can tell me how he passed, and he's like, he doesn't want to talk about that. I'm like, okay, but we need to talk about it. And he's just acknowledging that that wasn't his best day. And I'm like, okay. And he's almost acknowledging that that's not the way he wants his family to remember him. And I'm like, well, how do you want them to remember you? He says, the way I was. I'm like, okay. He shot himself?
yeah.
I'm asking him to tell me about it. He doesn't want to tell me about that part. And I'm like, I know you shot yourself. It's all there. And he's like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I'm like, okay. He does not want to talk about the moment that he took his own life. And he's like, I don't want to talk about that. He says, I want to talk about what happened before that. That's the part that I want to talk about. I'm like, okay. So whatever he was taking, he's really wanting to put it all on that because he feels like that's what triggered this to take place. He also says that this wasn't premeditated. And for people to think that he thought that that was, he says that was wrong. He says it's almost like when you get possessed by like a feeling and you don't even know where it's coming from. And that's the way he's talking about it. He also wants to apologize to your mom. Did he say something really nasty right before this happened?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't witness it, but I do believe he said something.
He's taking it back, and he says, "I'm sorry." So he's wanting to take that back. He also said, "Thank you." Was this within 2 or 3 days of a significant date? Because he's also talking about the timing was bad.
It was on Valentine's Day.
Got it. He's acknowledging the timing was bad, so he's making reference to this. He also says, "I don't want anyone to hate me. I don't want them to hate me." He says, "I love my family. I love my family. I'm okay." Like. He just said Billy Bob. He just showed me Billy Bob Thornton. Is there a connection to the name Billy or Bob or Thornton?
My husband is Billy Joe.
Got it. He's probably trying to say hi to your husband or acknowledge your husband. So there's a reference there. Is Papa, your husband's grandfather, there in spirit as well?
My husband's dad is there.
Is he Papa?
No, my dad is Papa.
Oh, your dad is Papa. Okay, so your dad is Papa. He's trying to acknowledge the father figure for your husband also being there as well to let him know about that. Did he have cirrhosis of the liver, the grandpa? I mean, your husband's father?
I do believe he had something wrong with his liver, but I think he passed from a heart attack. Okay,
because he's acknowledging that there were some issues with the liver, and it led to blood clots, which just went and triggered the heart attack. So he may be trying to acknowledge that.
He passed when my husband was like 11.
Got it. I'm smelling smoke. Do you know if he was also a smoker?
Yes.
Perfect. He's also there as well. So he's just trying to say hello. He also says he's seen his boys. He said boys with an S. Is there another boy?
My son, my husband has one son, and then my son. So he's stepfather.
Got it. Okay, but okay, yeah, that's it. Are you sure? Does he also have 2 sisters? Your husband?
My husband has 5 sisters.
Okay, got it. He's just acknowledging the multiple sisters. Is there something different between 2 of the sisters and the other 3? Like they have different parents, or they're different?
They joke about it.
Okay, he's just making a joke about it. So he's just acknowledging the siblings. He is okay. He also keeps acknowledging that. Thank you. Does your husband know how to sharpshoot, or is he a sharpshooter?
My husband, that's his hobby, is he hunts, and yeah, he likes to shoot.
He sees what he's done. He's like, I'm proud of him. So he's almost acknowledging being proud of him, and says that he sees him and he watches him. He also says he's the man that the kids have seen. So they describe seeing a man or a shadow. That's him coming around just to say hi, just to visit. So he's been coming around, y'all. He's with your father. So your father's there. Your father is okay. He also, thank you. Is there a Denise or a Denny name?
What did you say, Denise or what?
It's like a Denise or a Denny or a Denise or Danny. On your dad's side of the family?
Not that I can think of.
That's okay. I'll leave that with you. He's referencing a Denise or a Denny or Danny, and it feels like someone that's there. So someone else that may be connected to that side of the family who's also in spirit, who passed in an accident. They may have even been in like an ATV, or there was something about something flipping over. Because he's acknowledging that this person's vehicle, either the vehicle flipped over or they were on a bike and it flipped over. But they're referencing that this person passed suddenly or unexpectedly. That's also there. That's connected to this D name.
We had a nephew who passed in a car accident when he was like 15, but he was Craig.
Is there a D connected to him?
No.
No. And the vehicle didn't flip over, right?
Mm-hmm. It did.
Oh, it did? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Was this also around a birthday?
It was February. It was in February.
Okay.
Yes, it was right after one of our nephews was born.
Okay. I'm asking him to let me know about the D name. He's sticking with this Denzi, there's like a D sounding name that he's making reference to. So I don't know how that connects unless he was in a vehicle with a D name or his best friend was the D, but there's something about it that he's making reference to. He's okay. He's fine. And he's just acknowledging that he could. So they're okay, sweetheart.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, darling. You take care of yourself.
Thank you. Bye-bye.